Hey everybody, so I've been recently reading The Brothers Karamazov by Dostoevsky, and this is a bit more of a difficult book. It's a bit more on the tricky side, and it's also quite long, about 1,000 pages in this translation, which is the Macduff translation, I believe. So I wanted to tell you how I annotate more difficult books, and perhaps you'll learn something. So, when I'm reading a book, I like to have two bookmarks. The first is the actual bookmark of the page that I'm currently on, and the second bookmark is to the notes or the sources. I like to check through the sources, and if there's something really interesting, I might highlight some of the sources as well and go back and look at the sources. So that's just the first interesting detail, at least in my opinion. But overall, as to the note-taking process, always when I'm reading, I have a pen with me. And I like to underline the different sentences that I find interesting, or highlight different paragraphs that I find interesting. And I have a couple of different styles of highlights. I like to categorize them as well. So I have a star, which I mark next to a paragraph, and that indicates something that's really important to the theme of the book, to the plot of the book, or something else that's just generally important, in my opinion. And then I have an exclamation point, which is something really crucial, a critical idea, or something that I find absolutely mind-blowing. Typically there are one or two of those in a really great book. There are a couple in this already, which is a good sign. And then I have a dot and a dash, and that's just something that's interesting, something curious, something that I might come back to later. It's not typically something that is critical to the plot of the book, nor is it something that's absolutely mind-blowing. It might be just reframing something in an interesting way, for example. Then after I've gone through a couple of pages and I've underlined everything that I think interesting, first of all, I don't underline nearly every page. There are way more pages that I've not underlined compared to the ones I have, and for that reason I like to dog-ear the pages that I have underlined, so that I'll remember to come back to those later. And then, after I've gone through and dog-eared everything, I like to, at some point, for example, I'm in the mid point and thereabouts of this book right now, and I've already gone through the first 3,500 pages and gone through the dog ears and categorized them using flags. And here I've done some color coding as well, and this color coding is marked on the first page of the book, where the purple flags are philosophical musings, of which there are a ton, because it's Dostoevsky and it's quite existentialist. Then I have the blue flags, which are character formations, plot twists, anything other interesting like that. And then the yellow flags are quotes, something, one-liners that I think are really great, and stuff like that. After I've gone through all of the dog ears and I've gone through all of the book first of all, and I've, marked everything down that I think interesting, I let the book rest for a couple of weeks after I'm done reading it. And only then do I get back to all of the flags that I have on the book. And then I might, if I'm so inclined, I might start creating a book review or creating a note of the most important topics for myself. Stuff like that. Just to actually get something useful out of the book, because there are so many people who read a lot of books and really don't get anything out of them, because they tend not to have a system for remembering things and taking things out of books. And for a book to be really great, it only has to have a couple of really great ideas. Dostoevsky certainly does, and those might be hidden somewhere, and they also might vary on the time that you're currently in your lifetime. So rereading books as well, completely is for that reason really good. But also just having a process for taking notes and for coming back to books is really crucial. So that's just a short video that I wanted to throw at you. Hopefully you'll find it useful or at least mildly interesting. If not, hopefully at least you like to look at my face. Other than that, have a good day. Bye bye.